Hello and welcome again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 16th of January and I have some rather interesting comments from Ubisoft Jonathan Morin, who is actually the boss of Watch Dogs, regarding Watch Dogs 2. Yes, they're actually thinking about a Watch Dogs 2. Even though no formal announcement has been made, Jonathan Morin told Games TM of his early plans for a sequel, and basically said that they must improve the series formula and appeal to fans in a new way. Now, apparently, Watch Dogs 2 will continue to focus on players creating their own stories via some of the Watch Dogs procedurally generated feature, such as the Profiler, which is what created the biographies for the game's population of NPCs. And obviously, other such unstructured moments did come in through the fact that there could be random incursions from other human players, assuming, of course, you didn't turn that feature off. And apparently, both of these elements have encouraged Jonathan Morin to consider leaving more story moments open to players in the future rather than having writers fill in too much of the narrative. And he went on to say, quote, "We want to allow fans to play with a very different state of mind, not wrap up concepts for them. Players loved the idea of other players who create an alternate reality in their games, and, knowing that, now it opens up a lot of possibilities of what online can do." Now, supposedly, Morin and his team are now considering all options for the sequel, even including some things that are actually taken off the table for the original Watch Dogs. But apparently, it's about seeing the franchise's original focus in a new light, rather than fixing the first game's flaws. And he went on to say, quote, "I don't think Watch Dogs is perfect in any way, and there's a lot of room for improvement, but you don't always see this when you ship a game. We deliver what we believe the brand should be at the time. Afterward, when you cool down after 5.5 years of development and take your vacations and people play the game, certain elements become clear. They let you continue to bring what you envision to the next level, what the fans included this time, which is where I think it really gets interesting." Now, there's no word even slightly on when we can expect Watch Dogs 2, but Morin did previously say to Eurogamer that a sequel would definitely not take as long as the original 5-year development for Watch Dogs 1. Now, of course, Watch Dogs, despite its rather, let's say, interesting reputation, did ship about 8 million units worldwide, and it's considered to be an important part of Ubisoft's plans for the future. Now, personally, I liked Watch Dogs. It wasn't this great shining thing that all the hype had believed it to be, and it's definitely one of the most overhyped, disappointing games of last year. And personally, I was really looking forward to it, and when it came out, it was good, but not this amazing thing that I've been expecting, because, well, no game, no product of any description can live up to that insane amount of hype. It's just not a thing that's possible. Overhyping is never good. Let's just say that. So, let's not have a repeat of that, shall we, Ubisoft? And to be honest, get rid of Aiden. He is literally the most boring character ever. And this is coming from someone who's played, Assassin's Creed 1 and 3. Altair and Connor, also pretty damn boring. But Aiden tops them both quite easily, to be completely honest. Ubisoft can make interesting characters. Pagan Min, plenty of interesting characters. Ezio Auditore de Firenze. Despite the fact that he appears in a broken-ass game, Arno Dorian is pretty damn interesting as well, even though his story is a little similar to Ezio and how it's set up. He's still a pretty interesting character. We all know Ubisoft can do it, so that's the first thing they need to do. They need to make an interesting main character. And, well, not lock off PC textures for no reason. Have an option and just say, "Warning, these may affect the frame rate," or something, to turn on these extra special options that you've hid in text files in the original Watch Dogs PC release. The modded version of Watch Dogs looks amazing compared to the actual release, so, yeah. Don't do that. Have a good character, pay attention to what fans say, don't overhype, and I think you'll be good. Personally, I'd play Watch Dogs 2, but I definitely curbed my expectations this time around. I'm usually pretty good at not letting myself get swept up into the hype, but Watch Dogs, well, it was just so brilliantly executed hype, I just couldn't help myself, but I've definitely learned my lesson now. I'll be watching with interest to see what they do with Watch Dogs 2, but I'm not going to get overly excited about it the way I did Watch Dogs, because, well, that only leads to broken hearts. Anyway, do let me know your thoughts on anything discussed in this video, and I'll see you next time.